The Evolution of Work-Life Balance, from 1905 to Remote Freedom. Written by Prisca J. Okatta. Narrated by Archie. Introduction: The changing landscape of work and life. There was a time when the notion of work was straightforward. It was something you did for 8 hours, 5 days a week to earn a living. It was a predictable, often monotonous part of life, and it was for the most part confined to specific locations, hours and tasks. The 1905 workday was the gold standard, the framework within which most people shaped their careers, aspirations and life choices. The idea of a balanced life, one where work didn't consume all of your time, was for most a distant dream. In fact, in those days, work-life balance wasn't even a term that existed. Work took precedence, and life revolved around fitting in the scraps of time left behind. Vacations were limited, weekends were short, and holidays were sometimes seen as a luxury few could afford. The pressure to meet deadlines, to show up on time, to be seen working, often led to the idea that being constantly busy was a sign of success. But what if I told you that the very idea of work, how it functions, how it is organized and how we interact with it, is changing forever? And what if the traditional notion of work-life balance is no longer relevant in the way we think of it? The advent of the digital era, the rise of remote work, and the gradual shift in societal values are changing everything. In fact, the very foundations of what we once thought was the norm are being redefined. Today, millions of workers across the globe are experiencing something profoundly different from their predecessors: the freedom to work from anywhere, anytime, and often on their own terms. But before we dive into the benefits of this shift, let's first understand the traditional structure that we've come to accept as the norm. The 1905, for better or worse, was the model that shaped generations of workers. It was rooted in the Industrial Revolution, a time when factories, assembly lines and rigid schedules were essential for economic growth. As societies evolved, so too did this model. It became entrenched in everything from school schedules to government regulations, and for the longest time was considered the only way to do work. Yet, as we move further into the 21st century, that structure is showing cracks. While the digital age has made work more accessible, it has also introduced complexities. The blurring of work and personal life, once an occasional issue, has become the norm. The rise of smartphones, email, and instant messaging means that work never truly ends. And as the pandemic of 2020 accelerated remote work, many people realize.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?